time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division, and it's brought to you by Resorts World Bimini, where gaming meets paradise. Your referee in charge of this contest is Josh Rutgers. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks. He stands 5 feet 6 inches, weighing in at 169 pounds, with a record of 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 wins by knockout. The veteran of the United States Navy from Toledo, Ohio, now fighting out of Pensacola, Florida. Please welcome Dahlen, the Black Dragon Wilson. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, also wearing black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Professional record, 5 wins, 2 losses, all of his wins coming inside the distance. 2 knockouts, 3 submissions. From Cranston, Rhode Island, he is Gary Batman Balletto Jr.
Listen to me at all times, protect yourself at all times, do everything you can within your means to win. Most importantly, best of luck, God bless. Touch them up, go back to the corner, wait for the bell.
People watching at home, I can assure you punches will be thrown with extreme prejudice, Joe Lozon.
For sure. So a thing that's kind of hard about someone with a skill set like Gary is like he throws very heavy punches and he has good wrestling. So you're going to see some level changes. And
Dahlen Wilson in the black trunks with the dragon on it and the red writing on the back.
In the blue corner.
In the blue corner. Lisa's not wearing red trunks. Joe
It's
Lozon
true.
does not like that.
I hate it so
When the blue
much.
corner is wearing red
So
trunks.
Look at that arm
Look at
spin.
Gary, looks for the
Arm
judo
spin.
throw. Dahlen is throwing up through the alley in the middle.
Yep.
Oh man, the right hand is a heater from Gary.
Yeah. Don't with bad intentions.
Has he punched you with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Saturday mornings at Lozon Martial Arts.
Yep, Lozon MMA, random
Lozon
Massachusetts.
MMA.
We are there.
It's the pro training every Saturday morning.
I will be there tomorrow morning.
Oh, you will?
Okay. You fly early in the morning, get home. I'll be there.
Well, presumably Gary will not be there tomorrow, but
you
he's
never
here
know.
where he wants to be
Never
right
know.
now.
Let's see.
Wilson settled right in, and he hasn't fired off those kicks as of yet.
You can see the boxing side of Gary. You know, like quick punches, feet under him the entire time. We talked earlier about, you know, making sure your feet are in a good spot so you're pushing through the ground. Get good power in your punches.
Lots of little fakes with the shoulders too. You know, that little shifting where you're telling your opponent to starting to trick him into anticipating things that are not coming.
Walking him into a shot.
It really is all a game of 2 trained brains trying to fight each other.
Trying to outsmart each other.
Yeah. And doing it, that's a really nice choice, a left hook on the exit there. Really smart decision making. But you know, it's deceptive when we say decision making because it's not conscious. The brain has been trained to perform this way without conscious thought.
It's been programmed. It's been programmed.
That's right. Deliberate practice over and over teaches your brain to default to choosing these actions in these situations.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier off mic, but we were talking about how, like, you know, like a lot of times it's not a conscious thought. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna step this, or I'm gonna slip here. A lot of times it's just your body reacting.
But you've taught it how to react, presumably.
Yep, and hopefully you're giving it good instructions.
Yes.
Sometimes you give it bad instructions, you build bad habits.
Yeah, or you give it good instructions that just in this dynamic are not the ones that work for you.
Yep.
You know, and thus is the game. I like to say the brain will behave the way it's been programmed to behave if the artist is in an optimal state of focus and arousal. Meaning if you're in the optimal state, your brain's going to do what you asked it to do. That's the most you can hope for. And how that unfolds, well, that's up to the dynamic of the 2 brains. Often we'll judge something and say, oh, look at this bad decision he made. Well, you don't judge the decision now. If you want to judge, you're judging the training that he did to create this scenario.
Yep.
And right so far, Gary's training has really,
choke.
Yep. And he's hooked that arm. He'll come up on top.
10 finger?
Yeah.
Another 10 finger tonight, maybe?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
Batman.
It's a good thing he has a Batman tattoo.
Yeah.
Can't have a Batman nickname without a Batman tattoo.
No, illegal. That knee is rough. You hear like a wet crunch, you know? Yeah, that sounds gross because it's kind of gross when you get kneed in the face.
Yeah.
Oh. That's excellent work with the feet, though.
Yeah.
From Wilson, you know, kicking at a distance in which he cannot get punched.
Gary just landed a pretty good body shot. Left hook to the body. Wilson's doing great.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like Gary's, you know, kind of overpowered him a little bit a couple times, but Wilson has come firing right back, and he's landed some good shots of his own, too.
Yeah, Wilson's dangerous. So he's stepping through there as he throws those punches, but that led him into the body lock by Gary.
So now we're getting short time. 30 seconds left in the round. You know, a takedown doesn't really help you out all that much because you're not going to have that much time to work.
If you believe you're winning the round, which Gary may believe that, it could be the difference. If you're in doubt now as a judge, I think this guy is up top.
Puts a little bit of an exclamation mark on it.
15 seconds, you can land 6, 7, 8 punches. You'll land 30 punches if you punch fast enough.
And a couple good elbows.
Yep. We touched on it earlier today. You know, one or two key shots here can just steal 20 seconds out of your opponent when he goes to sit down on the stool.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for
Also,
this
just
evening,
mentally,
Jimmy
I think it's
Birchfield
empowering.
Sr. and Jimmy Birchfield Jr. want to meet you at the after party tonight, right
people
here
can't
at
see
Grand
it,
Sierra FNG.
but
You'll get to party
Gary
with
has
Team
decided
Gotti.
to
You'll get
lie
party
down in
with
his corner.
Cast from Gravesend.
Here's that takedown, body lock takedown, low back
Vito
pressure.
Milnicki. Be a lot of celebrities, a lot of cool people.
And he's
Make
on
sure
top, and he
you're
did
back
some
here
damage here.
At Grand
He did
Sierra
do some good
FNG
damage
for
at the
the
end.
after party.
Yeah, people missed it, but he rolled and laid on his back a little bit, kind of playfully, and then rolled himself back up and he's having fun.
He's definitely having a good time.
Not a bad round by any means for Dahlen Wilson.
No, he did a great job.
Yeah, they're not going to be unhappy with the round, but we didn't win it.
No.
You know, presumably we didn't win it. So now we got to go in and make one or two small adjustments and try to hurt Gary a little bit, or get a dominant position, or have a couple of really good sequences and change the dynamic of this fight.
I think Gary seems to be a little bit bigger. Like, I think, you know, today seems a little bit bigger. So I think, you know, if I'm Wilson, I have to try to, you know, maybe avoid the grappling exchanges and try to hit him on the way in.
Yeah, but on his way in, if we inevitably, there will be some type of grappling, we want to be on top for Dahlen.
Yes. Yep.
And that's often what this type of sequence, one underhook, controlling the far arm, and with using the fence, here, presumably, we are going to find a way to try to take you to the ground, or at the very least, fatigue you, Gary, and make Gary work.
Yeah. Generally speaking, the wrestling is going to be dictated by whoever's a little bit bigger and stronger. So if you're a little bit bigger and stronger, you want to kind of lean on someone, let them carry your weight a little bit more. You know, it's not as prevalent when you're talking, like, you know, punching power necessarily sometimes. You know, if both guys have great boxing, then yeah, the bigger guy's going to matter. But sometimes you have a guy that's a little bit lighter but punches better. And they'll fare better in the punching exchange.
Dahlen was looking to separate, and we saw in the first round he separated and landed a left hook on the separation. Let's see. It's something he does, again, like a default. He's programmed himself on separation to fire.
Yep.
And it's a good choice.
It's one of the things we always, you know, one of the call-outs for our guys all the time is, you know, break dirty, break dirty. You never want to break clean. Breaking clean is just, you know, you break off, you circle off, like, you know, it's more like a sparring mode. Breaking dirty is always making sure you're throwing punches as you're breaking.
I like that. Ooh, man, that's that
Heaters.
fastball heater. Yep, and Dahlen kind of just put himself into the body lock by stepping through and continuing to throw punches, but Gary didn't necessarily choose to pursue going, you know, to stage 2 and 3 and 4 of a takedown sequence. Ooh,
that uppercuts.
Yeah.
Good elbow.
Yep.
Oh.
This, I think Gary might have just found a spot that he might like to spend a little time in.
Good spot.
Yeah. Be fighting in that range 2, that pocket zone where you can. Now, can he hide? No, he'll try to use, and control the head, use it to take him down. Maybe a high elbow here. Watch for the high right elbow. No.
10 finger?
Yeah, it's 10 finger week.
10 finger night.
Again, we talked about it earlier. By joining your 2 hands, you create like a bony baseball in the neck and then fold the head over top of it. It is vicious. Now he's got control of the arm.
Oh, give him a short choke. Give him a short choke. There you go.
The Joe Lozon favorite short choke.
I couldn't see it. That might have been a rear naked choke. I couldn't tell.
Well, we will get a replay, I'm sure. A tough fought fight.
Great
all
fight.
around, man.
Awesome fight.
Yeah.
Really good fight.
And people will be happy for Gary Balletto Jr. A lot of people came down from New England, from the Northeast, to see Gary fight. A lot of fans from Florida, a lot of fighters from Florida, but a lot of people came down.
That hometown CES crowd will travel.
They will. Yep. CES a very special show. Like, it really, really is. There's an element of class that is present with the violence here, you know. I will come down and commentate with you anytime. It's such a beautiful show. What a great performance by both these guys.
They both did great. It was a good fight. The entire fight was really, really good.
Look at that smile. He's like, did we win? It's like, Daddy won.
We got it done.
Daddy won.
That's the traffic.
So we take a look here. He's got his right leg is hooked on the arm. See the arm? That arm is now out of play. Joe, is it a short choke?
I think that was a regular rear naked choke. I think.
Man, we're almost going to be at our main event. So remember, for those of you who joined us late, this is for the bantamweight title, by the way. Paiva and Smith, a beautiful